Howdy, folks. I started working on a project this week, and this is the end of week one. I've put in 28 hours, and so I figured I would do a progress report or update or whatever. I'm actually logging the time with a stopwatch. See, this is a stopwatch that I'm using. If you can see in the reflection there, yeah. See, so yeah, I'm actually logging my time because I'm curious to see how much. But yeah, it was 28 hours this week. So yeah, the project is modernizing a game that I made about 20 years ago. The main reason I'm doing this is because I really had a lot of fun playing that game, and I can't play it anymore because it doesn't work on Windows 10. The last update was for Windows 2000, the Millennium Edition. I originally wrote it on 98, but anyway. Yeah, I've got just a very crude skeleton in place right now, and I'm working on the core mechanics, the stuff behind the scenes and everything. So at first glance, what you're going to see is you're going to be like, oh, it's asteroids, and no. That's like saying Halo is Wolfenstein, or, Call of Duty or whatever, all those, the modern Unreal 57 or whatever it is. But yeah, the graphics are basically line art right now. They're actually line art right now, not basically, but anyway, it is GPU accelerated already. I'm using OpenGL as my graphics engine. No, I'm not using Unity. I don't want to use Unity. It's too limiting. And so I'm going to be adding in the full 3D models and lighting and all that stuff once I get all the core mechanics going. So you'll be able to choose between two modes. I like the line art. I like the high contrast and stuff. If you've seen me build things, then I like the really high contrast things. But yeah, so when I was a kid, I was like, I think 8 or 9, and Asteroids came out, and I was playing it, and it was challenging at the time. But if you think back then, there wasn't anybody that had any experience with video games. Nobody was good at them. Everybody sucked. And so they had to make these arcade games that were they're like kiddie mode today. It's like you need the little Play School logo on the side and stuff, right? So yeah, this is basically, taking the very general feel of that genre and ramping it up to 11, and basically making it so that it's more fit for like the type of when you're playing deathmatch, with 16 bots or whatever, that kind of thing. That's that sort of level of action and chaos and everything. So yeah, the biggest difference is between this and the old arcade version stuff of those of space shooters like that. This is way faster paced. There's a ton of stuff going on. I've added in, there's power-ups, so you can get like invulnerability. They're all temporary power-ups, obviously. You pick them up and then you get like invulnerability. You can get no clip where you like fly through the rocks. You get a rapid fire, so you can just blow things. It's fun, when you get a little burst of yay, I get to destroy everything, that kind of stuff. There's guns and missiles, not just one little thingy, that shoots one little bullet at a time. So you have guns and you have missiles. There's varieties of guns. There's laser cannons, spread fire cannons that shoot in multiple directions, and all kinds of stuff like that. There's also missiles, and then there's just some variations on the missiles. There's bombs that you can just let them go. There's mines you can drop. There's guided missiles and self-guided missiles and all kinds of stuff like that. The explosions can be just there's decorative explosions, and then there's explosions that actually do radius damage. So anything, as the radius expands of the explosion, anything, wow, I just became transparent. Anything that, yeah, anything that's in the radius gets damaged and all that stuff. I've got shields in there that you can pick up. You can play with either instant death, or you can play with hit points, and then there's little repair things. So it usually at low velocities it takes about 2 hits, colliding with stuff in order to get killed. And so once you get hit, if you can find like a repair power up, then you can repair your ship back. There is randomized damage for some of the weapons too, so and so basically it's not everything is one shot and one hit. kind of thing. So some of the junk, you shoot at it and you have to like pound on it in order to make it break, and that kind of thing. One of the other cool things I did is when and you can't see it yet, I will show that when I get it working, but when you shoot things and they break, the pieces actually start in that position. It actually breaks visually. It doesn't just hide it with an explosion and spawn things randomly in new positions that don't make any sense. So and it's a little thing, but visually it really adds a lot of feel to it. And so the other thing I've got is I'll be doing collision damage is based on how fast you hit things. And so, like I said before, if you hit stuff at low speed, you don't die, but you start hitting stuff at high speed, you ram into something at high speed and you're dead. But yeah, there's also tons of options and configurations. There is an entire theming system, so you can have different themes. You can have slower pace, faster pace, different shapes and sounds and graphics and all that are all going to be loadable and stuff like that. So yeah, this week what I got done was a lot of internals and stuff. So there's a lot of things that need to interlace in the background and everything in order to get all the stuff working and basically load in all of the the graphics and resources that the game needs, the sounds and all that stuff. But once I can connect all these things together, it's going to take a shape a lot more quickly, and you probably see a lot of changes more quickly as it goes on. But anyway, I'll just show you one of the options you can see here is that there's screen wrapping and then there's bouncing off the edges. And so I even added in the little visual of the force fields, like, make it look like you're bouncing off them kind of thing. But yeah, anyway, that's it for this week. I will try to post regular updates, probably on the weekend. Not making any promises on that, depending on how much progress I make or whatever. But yeah, I will try to make those regular, and as usual, patrons and supporters will get early access to them. So yeah, thank you for watching, and if you're enjoying this series, leave a like or some comments or whatever, and I'll see you guys next time. Later.